Kandiyohi County Historical Museum. If you haven't been out here, you definitely want to do that. Bring your family and your friends. This is the year of the train. We're going to talk to my friend Bob, but first we're going to talk to Jill. She's going to give us a tour. Again, if you haven't been out here, you definitely want to come and see it. Take it away, Jill.
Right. Thanks, Jamin. I'm Jill Wanuka from the Kandiyohi County Historical Society, and we're going to take a short little tour of the museum. First, we're going to start out with the Guri and Dreesen cabin display. The Historical Society owns this building, and it is located north of town, but it's only open in the summertime. So for people who come visit us in the winter, we set up a display to tell her story. Right now you're looking at two pictures of Guri and Dreesen. She was a Norwegian immigrant who came in 1858 with her husband and 7 children, and they settled on a homestead by Solomon Lake, where the cabin is currently located. Her and her husband Lars came, and they built this cabin, and they settled there, and they lived there peacefully for about 3 years. And then in 1862, during the Dakota War, they did have Native Americans approached the cabin, and 2 people were killed, Lars and then their son Andre, and their graves are marked on the spot. And then 2 daughters were taken captive, and then Guri and the toddler Anna sought refuge at her son-in-law's house by Eagle Lake. What you're looking at now is the dedication of the cabin. The Historical Society was given the cabin in 1962. People lived in the cabin up until the 1940s, so there was a lot of restoration to be done. The pictures you're looking at are of the actual dedication when people came out and they dedicated it. There are some objects that were found. We did a restoration in 94, 95, and there's like a fork and some nails that they found around the cabin when they had to redo the basement foundation. Right now we're looking at our new display with the West Central Area Baseball Hall of Fame. This is a partnership between the Historical Society and the Willmar Stingers. We got together about 2 years ago, probably 3 years ago, and we decided we wanted to do something to honor our baseball heritage in the West Central Minnesota area. This is not strictly to Kandiyohi County. It does cover the whole West Central area. So what you're looking at now is the class of 2015, and we had 3 people inducted into the Hall of Fame last year. Willard Rigstead is from Sunburg, and he played professional and amateur baseball, and the field in Sunburg is named after him. It's Rigstead Field in his honor. The next one is Red Jones. He played for Raymond and Litchfield, and he's in the amateur category, but all these guys fall under community involvement too, and he's still heavily involved with the Litchfield baseball organizations. And then the last one is Porky Wagner from Raymond, and he managed the Legion and town teams in Raymond and is very well known in that area for all that he did for the getting baseball going and thriving in the town of Raymond. Right now we're looking at our church exhibit. We installed this last summer. We had a church exhibit at the fair, and we decided that we wanted to continue this for anybody who came in the winter and then the following years. So what we did is we took some interesting pictures from our exhibit and put them up, or from our collection and put them up on the wall, and then some unique things we had in our collection relating to churches. One of the unique things is we do have a lot of wedding dresses, and we do have a recent donation that we put up on a mannequin that belonged to the Peterson family by Spicer, and the mother wore the dress, and then the daughter also wore the dress at her wedding. So we put 2 pictures of their wedding, and it's next to the wedding dress. And then some other unique things is we do have a set of 2 sets of communion cups. One is a traveling communion set, and these are glass cups, very ornate and beautiful, that the traveling ministers would use. And then the other one was set at a church, and then they're very different because they're glass, and they would have to wash them all the time in between services and such. Well, this is a very short visit to the museum, but I hope it intrigues you to come out and stop here and visit us. We are open year-round, Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. And if you have any questions, feel free to call us at 235-1881, or you can check out our website, KandiyohiCountyHistory.com, and we're also on Facebook. Now I'm going to send you back to Jamin, who's going to talk to Bob about our Year of the Train.
Thanks, Jill. We're here with my friend Bob. Bob, this is the year of the train. 50 years of Willmar having this great engine for people to see. Tell us a little bit about the year of the train and what you guys are up to.
Well, 50 years ago, this train was donated here by Great Northern, and they had a little time moving it over here, and they got it wedged in the tracks. They had to put a curb in there to get it over, but it finally got here. It took a couple extra days, but that was 50 years ago, and they dedicated it. They had a big doings here. They even had a band and everything, but we're going to rededicate it after the 50 years on October 10th. And it's been a good monument, you might say, for the museum. So many people just love to come and visit the train.
People love trains, and you guys over the years have put on a top so that's protected in the wintertime, done a lot of rehab. Tell us a little bit about October 10th. That's a big day. You're going to have a rededication. Tell people what they can expect.
Yeah, we're going to have a rededication on October 10th, and my name is Bob, but we're going to have Choo Choo Bob here, and that's a different guy, and you're going to really enjoy him. He's quite a comedian, but we're going to have a food here and other different little programs to talk about the dedication, and hopefully we'll get some of the older engineers. 50 years of sitting here, it's hard to find an engineer that had engineered this yet, so we'll do our best to do that too.
People just love trains, and I understand that inside the Historical Society here, you've got a new display that's being worked on that on October 10th will be unveiled and people will get to see it. Tell people a little bit about that.
Well, it's almost going to be a permanent display the way it's getting, but Willmar is a train town, and the whole county actually is supported real well by the railroad. And we thought this rededication, we could put a special spot in there and have different things on how the train operates and what makes it work, and along with other pictures and doings. And there will also be one of the walls in there with the dedication to all the depots that were in Kandiyohi County, and the different trains that we had through the county, the Great Northern, the Sioux line up and through Regal, and then the Luce line, the Minnesota Western Railway that went through Lake Lillian and Princeburg. And it's going to be really a neat display.
Well, we are a proud railroading region, so we want to thank all the railroaders who've made the Great Northern engine here what it is today, and that people can come and visit it and see it. We're excited about October 10th. There's going to be this big display and rededication. Anything else you want people to know about the Kandiyohi County Society or the train, year of the train, 50 years of our train being here?
Yeah, I guess we really are celebrating the year of the train right now. So that's the big thing that we got going, and hopefully we can get enough volunteers to help us get the display fixed up inside there. We got our Thursday crew that helps a lot. They work for pie.
Gotta love pie. Well, if you like trains like we love trains, we hope that you'll get out here and check out the train and the new display. We're moving on. We've now moved inside. We're at the Historical Society. We're celebrating the year of the train, and we're here with Bob and all of the volunteers who are working so hard to make this display incredible. Tell us a little bit.
Well, this is some of the items that we're going to have in here, and the display is right behind us. We got a model train on the table that'll be run on a button you'll push, and it'll run for 15 minutes, and then you have to re-push it again to get the train to run. That's compliments of Tim Larson and Phil Anderson. And the other stuff, the walls in here are what we're going to have our displays for the depots that were in the area and the different railroads. And we'll have the booth set up with the lanterns on here, and some of the dress. We'll have the engineer mounted on a mannequin in the cab of our train on the wall here, and a bunch of other items. There's the train cars will be on the one wall. We'll have a caboose that we can give a little story about that people don't remember the cabooses. They've been left off the railroad for quite a few years now. But that's about all I can tell you about this. So.
Well, if it's perfect. He has lots of volunteers who are working very, very hard. Ding, 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 ding. And if you have a family member who loves railroads, like we love railroads, whether they're young or they're not so young like me and you, we want to encourage y'all to get out to the Kandiyohi County Historical Society. It's the year of the train. We're celebrating 50 years. Lots of train heritage here from all different towns within the region, and you'll see that here at the Historical Society. Come on over and take a look. Thanks to Bob and all the volunteers who are still working on the display, and we want to encourage you to get out here on October 10th for their special rededication of the engine.